All right, realtor tip for the day, gearing up to get ready to teach a technology class all day. I don't know why, I guess because I talk about it everywhere I go, but I'm kind of becoming the Google guy. But if you use Gmail, Google updated about 2 months ago, and it is really, really good for the new updates. You have to cut it on, so it's not going to do it automatically for you. So if you're using Gmail, go up to the little setting icon, the little gear, click on the button, and it'll say View New Google Layout or Cut on New Google Layout. Click that. If you don't see that, that means that you're on Google Apps and your administrator hasn't given you the rights to it yet. So you might want to ask them. But if you do see that button, click it. A new window is going to open up with a totally different layout for Google. And there's going to be a lot of new features in there that's going to help you. One, it automatically will integrate your calendar into Gmail. So now you can see a little icon on the right. Click it, you can view your calendar while you're still in Gmail. Big time saver. Also, it's going to give you reminders. So if you get an email and it thinks that it's important, it's going to nudge it to the top. And say you haven't opened it in 2 or 3 days, Google and Gmail is actually going to remind you about it. You can also snooze emails now. So let's say you get an email, for example, a due diligence that you need to respond to by tomorrow. You can go ahead and set a reminder to put that back in your inbox tomorrow at 12 o'clock. That's just some of the new features in the new Gmail. So check it out. I think you're probably going to like it. Thank you. Bye. Working deals like 15 minutes before class starts. It's good times. Here's some of the topics we're going to cover today. This is a full class. Chances are I'm going to completely overload you by the first break. Okay? That's okay. Start small. I want you to be watching, and in the book and everything, circle things that you can start slow with to start putting in your business. If you go home and try to do this all at once, it'll probably last for 20 minutes and you're like, the heck with that, this is just too much. Okay? Start slow. If you go to sell your business, what are people buying? Your database. I wish I would have known that starting out, because from the very beginning, if you think of your database as this is my business that I can sell one day and get in the habit of keeping it clean, organized, up to date, you're at a good spot. Programs like Contactually helps you do just that. Contactually is a CRM. It's actually one of the new partner programs as part of our realtor benefits here. So you can go to the NC REALTORS Partner Program and get a discount on it. But it's a CRM that integrates perfect into Gmail. So if you get an email from a new person and they want to be a buyer, you can click one button and it automatically adds it to your CRM, and then it can help you stay in touch with them, pulls their information in. You can set up it's called a bucket, say hot buyers bucket. That's how mine's set up, and it gives me a reminder to follow up with them every 10 days. So all you basically, if you really focus on that, you go to work, you log into Contactually, this is what you need to do today. And it'll tell you the top 10 or 15 people in your database you need to contact.
Let's talk about these socks.
Oh, well, yeah. So socks have almost become like my trademark. So today, because it's a long weekend, that's Jimmy Buffett Margaritaville parrot socks. So yesterday was Chick Magnet, which you saw. It was pretty sweet, wasn't they? So now my wife or my daughter, everywhere we go, they try to pick out socks for me. So the best pair I've got recently is Monopoly. So I got Monopoly houses all over it. It's pretty awesome. S'mores. So I got one with chocolate, marshmallows, and granola, graham crackers, and rocket ships. It's pretty cool. Who's the villain from the Mario Brothers? Koopa? Bowser. Yeah, I got Bowser socks. Those are pretty awesome. I need some Mario socks, so those would be great.
Yeah, I followed you around everywhere. Kerner's video, Winston.
Oh yeah, I see you quite a bit. I haven't ran you off, so that's a good thing. So I'm kind of like, all right, everybody brags about how great a Mac is. I'm gonna go buy a Mac. So I went and bought a Mac. That thing broke in like 6 months. And then I went to the Apple store and I stood in line for 3 hours to meet a guy that was just like, we're gonna just have to erase it. And I'm like, wow. No, a iMac. It's a mini Mac. Mini Mac. Sounds like a rapper, don't it? So, yeah, 6 months, it's been horrible. And I got it back. It's still, I actually had to just change the hard drive in it. Spent 8 months. Yeah, and it makes me really mad because Apple is so good at protecting their stuff. And I started reading on this a little bit. You know, Apple actually is suing people for fixing their own devices.
Oh,
That's kind of, to me, it's kind of, that's bad. I learned, that's the first time I've ever been to an Apple store. I'd rather go to the dentist than sit there for 3 years. They lock your stuff down, and I didn't notice how much they lock your information down. I developed an app for an Android, and it's called Forever Text. It backs up all your text messages to your Gmail account because you got to keep all that stuff. We couldn't develop that for Apple because they encrypt everything. But one reason is for security, I totally get that. But another reason is to make it hard for you to switch platforms because then you're going to lose all your data. We developed the Android version pretty quick. And all it does is it connects your text messages to your Gmail account. So when you open the app up, you hit sync and it takes all your text messages and dumps them into a special folder in Gmail. So now you can just search by your client's name or phone number, and there's all your emails and there's all your text messages, date and timestamp. So you can print them out, save them, or do whatever.
Suppose you got about 30 years of files.
30 years of files.
And I've always walked in there and said, that's a room full of money. Where would you put those files if you wanted to go back and, you know?
So what's the real estate commission's rules on how long you have to keep them? 3 years.
I
So,
just hate to throw them away.
you're like me. I've become a digital hoarder. I keep everything. But that's the call, you know, you have to at least the 3 years. That's your decision what you want to do. I mean, if you're going to go through and scan all that stuff in, it's going to take some time. Right now would be a great time. Find some high school kid and put them in the room with a scanner. And
Saying, what program would you suggest if I wanted to say hire somebody to do that?
whatever works best for you and whatever you feel the most comfortable with. You can do something like Google Drive. You could use Evernote. I'm not a fan of Dropbox, which we're going to talk about. But I mean, you could, if you wanted to, just scan them and put them on a hard drive or back them up to some other. If you do that, you definitely want to have it backed up. But I mean, whatever's easiest for you. I've had fun. Have y'all had fun?
yes.
Did y'all learn a thing or two?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. Thank y'all so much for coming.